Hello everyone. I'm aware that it seems like I have like another secret head like hidden beneath this, but I promise I don't. Um and I promise that it's definitely not telling me everything I need to say. This is purely from my heart, my soul, and it's about an experience that I had today. You may be wondering to yourself,
why is everything always happening to you?
and to that I say,
I don't fucking know, but when you figure it out, please tell me how I am attracting all of this.
let's launch into the story. It's Labor Day. It's a Monday and there's no school. I am having a grand old time. The sun is shining. I am happy. People are walking about. It is a beautiful day in Berkeley, California, and I am on a mission. The mission is to get to Target to get a kombucha.
Originally, I was supposed to go with my one friend, but she was doing some stuff, and then I was like, oh, but I really need this
Kombucha.
I'm walking, I'm like, I'm gonna go to Target. I get onto this one street, I don't fucking know what it's called. I'm like, walking along the street, minding my business. People are hanging out, people are coming, people are going. I am walking straight, and there is a man, an individual, coming like my way, like coming like this way, and I'm going that way. And
you know when you walk by someone who's just like on drugs, but like the drugs that makes them tweakery, like kind of
like off, like fucking up, like they just seem like they have all this energy in them, and their fucking eyes are like bulging out of their head and shit.
Yeah, he's coming my way. I've been told by people,
you gotta stop looking at people. Just if you see some crazy shit happen on the street, just don't look at it.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna look at this man who is clearly on one because it's none of my fucking business. This man, like, we made eye contact for 2 seconds. He looked at me, I looked at him, and then I probably did a like, I don't know what my expression was. I was just trying to get to the fucking Target. I just see this man. I'm like, we pass each other, and then I see him turn to come to me. And he's mumbling something under his breath, and this motherfucker punches me. He punches me in the arm. I don't know what he said. I don't want to like try to like make up what he said. It just sounded like fucking I'm on drugs fucking noises. Like, but he fucking punches me in this fucking shoulder, fucking thumps me. I'm walking. I feel like I was just in such a like just look straight ahead. I kept walking a bit. And then I was like,
did this motherfucker just hit me?
because I don't know who the fuck they think
I don't know who the fuck they think
I am, but I'm not that bitch. Especially not feeling like that bitch when I turned around and saw him walking away, and when I saw these like group of people just looking at that shit and the walk after him. And I look at them and I stop and I'm just like,
did this motherfucker just hit me?
And they're just like looking like, but like low-key nodding their head. And they're messy. Like, they just want to see what happened. They weren't doing the little like, oh, don't go after him. Like, they were just like,
girl, what you about to do?
And I really like, I saw him from the back. One thing about this man is he's messy, obviously. I mean, why else would you punch a random bitch you just saw on the street going through it? Like, his clothes are like dirty, he's dirty. That's when I see his fucking pants are like down at his ankles and he's walking. And
like maybe I registered it the first time I saw him,
But I don't think it was enough for me to be like, oh, like, that's a thing. Like, I was just like, I don't fucking care, like, whatever.
But I saw him, and for those like 5 seconds, I really thought about all the ways I could fucking get that guy. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. Like, the anger, like, came over me. Like, I was like, I can drop kick this bitch. Thunk this bitch.
Can put my foot in between his legs where his fallen pants are and trip this bitch.
But I didn't. And why didn't I do that? Because I thought one of two things.
He has already punched me and is walking away. So if I were to then turn around and chase after him and then enact violence onto him, I don't think that would technically be self-defense. The second thing is, I don't know if he has a weapon or anything on him. He's clearly in an agitated state of mind and being, and yeah, he hit me with his hand, but what if, I don't know where the weapon would be, like up his fucking ass crack, like,
you know, and fucking like, he could hit me again. We could squabble on the fucking street. Would any of these bystanders help? Probably not. And then the third thing is just like, you know, this isn't a good look. I am very clearly somebody who, or like not a house, but like a place to go to, a place to get clean, a place to decompress and have some like certain basic things in my life that are making me a bit more like rational in this situation than him. Would me attacking him then be me using my privilege? Because he probably wouldn't have like legal defense. I don't really have legal defense, but I probably would have more means and resources to get it. I don't know like where this falls, like UC Berkeley. It technically didn't happen on campus, but I don't know. I have more resources to deal with this, I guess. I let him walk away. And then I turned my ass around and I went to Target and got my kombucha. And I did post it on Instagram. I felt like in that moment, that was the most peaceful way I could have expressed how I felt. It was anger and shock. The more I began to tell it to people, people were concerned. They were like, are you good? And I'm like, physically, I'm good. Like, you know, I went through this phase where I was like laughing about it. Like, how ridiculous.
that me just got fucking punched by like a homeless man. Like, that's crazy.
It's like, how many other people around me are having this experience? Not saying that they should have this experience. Kind of a bit random.
Factor of like, you know, when you're living in areas like with a huge population, with people who may be like, you know, maybe mentally unstable, like on the streets, they're just there.
Some shit is like probably gonna pop off sometimes, and that shit happened today. You know, I don't know how like this affects me. Like right now, I just feel like detached from it. Like my body just won't let me, I don't know. Like I just feel like detached. It's like weird. I also think like being a woman, being a Black woman too, the fact that this man, he looked like he was white, thought that he could come up to me and fucking punch me. And the fact that like I couldn't retaliate and just like went about my day, like that didn't happen.
Hello, it's Tamia from the future, and I'm editing this video a few days after I recorded it. I just wanted to clarify what I meant when I brought my race into this. I just want to explain more in detail what I was trying to convey. Being a Black woman, I have always been really conscious of how I am perceived by others in relation to my race. For example, my whole life I've felt like I couldn't express emotions like anger and irritability and like being able to basically just like make a scene when I'm really like pissed off about something in public that I feel like other groups of people are able to do. I mean, it doesn't make it right, but I guess with my anger, there's so many instances where something can happen to you as a black person and you are the victim, but if you were to react or retaliate, then you would suddenly become the aggressor in the situation. And I think that's why I found this really infuriating, because at the end of the day, I was still just a person walking on the street, a woman at that, who just got punched by a man. And the fact that, like, I really, like, for all the time after, like, just felt like I had to stay cool and collected. I think it all kind of relates back to that and not wanting to be perceived as the angry black woman.
Who was I supposed to call? Who could have done anything? Like, what am I supposed to do? Call the police? Okay, they have like 1,000 other things happening. Who am I supposed to go to? My university? They may say, well, that happened off campus, but like, here's therapy though.
Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of unhoused people in the area.
Really was nothing to do about it besides just let that shit go. For real. I'd tell my experience, like I said, I never experienced like this. Like, I think for a moment there, I was like really mad, and I was like fuck this, like fuck that guy, like why the fuck is this random, insert derogatory slur for people on drugs fucking with me. And it's interesting because I actually identify as someone who has an addictive personality, and I understand the role of like compassion. Your usage of drugs and alcohol or whatever is a symptom of like deeper problems. I get that. That's been something I've advocated for and believed in and like whatever. But that moment really had me on some like,
He needs to get his fucking shit together. Like what the fuck? I'm supposed to change my behavior to help.
I'd like to plug something. What would I like to plug? I'd like to plug a piece of media. I used to watch street interviews, Soft White Underbelly, where it like interviews people who are unhoused or living lives that maybe more socially stigmatized. A sex worker, being actively addicted to drugs, like gangbangers, like all sorts of different types of people. And I just think that like me being exposed to that sort of media and me having my own personal understanding of like addiction and what it could do, and just a general like societal knowledge that interaction that happened on the street, like, yes, it was personal in that moment, but it's so much bigger than the two of us. Yeah. So it doesn't really feel like a resolution or anything. It's just that happened. And we learn and we move on. And if that man is even fucking conscious of what the hell like even happened, I hope when he gets help, maybe he'll remember that. That's the end of the video. Bye.